What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. My name is Blake. I'm here with Stefan.
Hi.
It's round 2 of the Old Cranky Man Team Trios. We're covering Pioneer today.
Whew. Spicy.
Guess what's in the feature match area?
No idea. Couldn't guess it.
It's Azorius Spirits versus Red Black Midrange.
Different players.
Different players.
Same decks.
Same archetypes.
Same archetypes. Yeah, we're gonna see probably the same. So both these players are 1-0 going into round 2. Obviously.
Yep, we are at table 1.
Yeah, at table 1. It is nice that we get to kind of move people around, so that we're not seeing the same players at each round at the beginning of the tournament.
Do have 14 teams here today. So
yeah.
62 no, not 62. 42 players,
42
sorry.
players, yeah. It's a lot of sweaty bodies.
42 players, 5 rounds with a cut to the top 4 today.
Interesting.
Cutting to the top 4.
Okay. That'll be
quick.
Yeah, this is gonna be quick. For as many players as we have. It's gonna be fast. Are we mulliganing here, or is this just openers?
This is their first 7.
First 7. Okay. And we got Frank on the bottom, Jacob in the top.
Looks like Frank's going to get things started off with a Thoughtseize. He'll go down to 18 here. Jacob is going to show off his hand, which contains a Spell Queller, a Curious Obsession. I don't know what that card is. It's a Rattle Chains and a Geistlight Snare.
It's a Supreme Phantom in the middle.
Is that like a promotional art of the Supreme Phantasm?
Or no, Mausoleum Wanderer.
Again, promotional art of the Mausoleum Wanderer. That is not your typical.
Oh no! That's the slip out the back.
Looks like slipper out the back. Looks like Rattle Chains is gonna go away. What a silly name for a card.
Slipper out the back.
It's
baby.
not 6/9 anymore, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Do love a round number though.
Yeah.
Curious Obsession, a sweet card.
Probably one of my favorite auras to come out recently. It draws you just an enormous amount of cards. The downside of having to attack with a creature each turn, it's just telling you how to play correctly.
It is telling you how to play the game of Magic.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like always with there's creatures that are like, this creature must attack every turn, or this creature can't block, and it's like, yes, that's the correct way to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, don't block with your recursive threats. Attack with your recursive threats. And we've got another, holy moly, back-to-back Thoughtseizes coming in and taking out the same card each time. The Rattle Chains. And just correcting some camera issues there. So we've got, interestingly, 2 Thoughtseizes taking out 2 Rattle Chains.
Yeah, earlier when you asked me what what did you say?
Emblematic cards.
The emblematic cards of the decks are. I probably should have said Rattle Chains.
Yeah, because it protects, it attacks, it flashes backs.
The card has a lot of text.
It does, and there's so Supreme Phantom. It comes in, leaves just as swiftly.
Yeah, it's going to get taken out by a... is that a power word kill?
Yeah. Hard to see the life totals there, but Frank has dealt himself a lot of damage.
Just at 16, I believe.
Yeah.
Let me remedy that real quickly.
Stand by while we make some adjustments. Yeah, it's Sean. We didn't play a lot of New Capenna. That I think the most that we play or we see play out of New Capenna generally is like the Triomes and Ledger Shredder. So just the lands and Harvey Birdman. It was not a super exciting draft format, and there's a stomp coming down. Getting a little dark, and we've got a Fable.
And the first appearance by everybody's favorite card. It's a Fable of the Mirror Breaker.
Recently banned in Standard, to much praise.
Not necessarily banned on a power level standpoint. Mostly just banned because of ubiquity.
Yeah, they want to increase diversity in the format,
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
since we're going up to 3-year cycles. It's been in standard for a long time. It lived a full and happy life, and it's going to live on in Pioneer and Modern, where it's still a totally playable and good card.
So you see there, mode often not chosen by Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Going up to Chapter 2, Frank chooses to discard 0 cards.
Yeah, that's happens a decent amount, honestly. Like,
I think a lot of times people try to, make fetch happen, even though it's not necessarily what you're supposed to do.
It's okay to just hold on to your cards.
Yeah, absolutely. Shaman token going to come into the red zone here. Another treasure is going to get made. Looks like Frank's got 3 mana coming.
Yep. Wait, not 3. And yeah, it's just
And we're going to cast the Bone Crusher
BCG
Giant.
coming down. Under costed 4/3 that has some amount of protection on it. This card's insane.
Bone Crusher Gigante.
And it's getting exiled.
Spell Queller is going to take out the Bone Crusher Giant, and then a removal spell of some sort is going to take out the Spell Queller, so...
Gonna get to recast that.
Gonna get to recast the Bone Crusher Giant.
I have a quick question. If he Spell Quellers the Bone Crusher Giant, and then Frank kills the Spell Queller, can he choose to cast the adventure portion of
Interesting.
Bone Crusher Giant? I mean, he didn't, obviously.
I do not know how that works.
Yeah, I am unaware either. I think it was correct to just bring it in.
Looks like Frank's going to make a copy of the Bone Crusher Giant and then get in the red zone for 10 damage here.
A Geist Light Snare.
Geist Light Snare.
Jacob in a rough position here. Frank has a pretty substantial board. He has a flipped Fable. And a decent amount of resources in play.
Geist Light Snare countering the second copy of Fable of the Mirror Breaker there. Looks like he'll just pass back to Frank. Frank's going to cast a Blood Tithe Harvester.
Yep.
So we got a blood token coming.
Jacob needs something big here.
Instep here, I think, is a Spell Queller to counter the Blood Tithe Harvester. And then Crusher Giant coming in, and we'll see another attack for 10.
Yeah, it's lethal.
Make a treasure token, and it looks like we are going to go to game 2.
Quick. Extremely fast game there. Frank able to deploy so many threats. And this is such a diversion from the last match.
Yeah.
Right? We really got to see Rakdos hit every... Like, the double Thoughtseize up front let him keep Jacob off of any kind of board presence.
Right, real early on.
Yep. And then he just had all of the good threats.
Yep.
And a flipped Fable is so hard to battle.
Yep, absolutely.
So what are we bringing in? So we talked about this a little bit. Do you think Azorius is going to go up those wedding announcements?
Let me check.
Okay. We didn't even see a Shieldred come down. We didn't need to.
Overrated.
Overrated. The most overrated. What is it? $50? $80? $70? $65? Hard to say. It's expensive. It's definitely just a stabilizer. A 4-mana stabilizer for Rakdos that sort of brings along a little bit of inevitability. Sideboarding here. Blake is out checking on our friends' sideboard choices. I think this is definitely for Frank especially. This allows him to be a little bit more. If he's aware of what Jacob can bring in, he can be a little bit more proactive and deal with those cards in hand. Bringing in the duresses is going to allow him to deal with the wedding announcements, which are a level of inevitability he has trouble dealing with early on, or dealing with if they do resolve. And Jacob is just trying to go faster. He wants more threats quicker with some amount of resiliency in hand. So if we see some slip out the backs, I think that would be reasonable. portable holes to deal with some things. Skyclave Apparition, obviously, I feel like that's one of the strongest includes in this. And then you could play stuff like Destroy Evil if we just want to deal with Shieldreds outright.
So this Azorius Spirits player does not have Wedding Announcement in the sideboard.
Oh, interesting.
Opting to take out Invasion of Gobakon and Giada and Errant and just bring in a couple copy of Surge of Salvation.
Surge of Salvation.
Frank has cut all of his Graveyard Trespassers and a copy of Duress.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that was saying that.
And I can't remember what the other two cards he cut were, and he brought in additional copies of Misery's Shadow.
Okay, cool.
Additional copies of... I can't even remember.
Yeah, it's fine.
What he brought in.
I think the Surge of Salvation is the coolest card here. Can we talk about that?
Sure.
It's sort of like there's the it's such a good protection spell, and it's sort of a one-sided fog too, right?
Yes, it is in fact a one-sided fog.
And if you could just swing in.
I have cast this card several times in Commander.
Yeah,
it's very, very good.
And the art is sick house. It is. It reminds me of the split second spells.
Yeah, it does very much look like one of those. So
yeah.
A Mausoleum Wanderer on turn 1 from Spirits is going to get taken out by a Fatal Push. It looks like Spirits is going to miss their second land drop.
Oh no.
Oh no. He did. Sorry, he's playing a little bit on the left there, and I could not see that other land. But he does have a second land. Copy of which Silex is that?
Silex?
Every legendary creature gets their own Silex in every set now. So.
Oh, is that a Silex? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's one of the Silexes.
Karns, Urz's, Filigree?
I believe that's Filigree Silex.
Yep, sure. Just type in Silex. We're going to find it eventually.
Yes, that is Filigree Silex there. So you can put an oil counter on it by tapping it. You can sacrifice or destroy each non-land permanent with mana value equal to the numbers of oil counters, or you can remove 10 oil counters from among them, and then it deals 10 damage to any target. So basically a Ratchet Bomb.
Yeah.
I think, Ratchet
it
Bomb
is.
mode. So Rattle Chains is going to come down at the end of the turn and then get in the red zone here. He will pass back to Frank. Frank puts a counter on the Filigree Silex at the end of the turn. Untaps, takes a draw step.
Does Jacob have two Mutavaults?
He will just pass the turn back. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
he has a singular blue land and 2 Mutavaults.
Yeah. Sort of hurts. I wonder if he should be getting in with those, unless he's
Rattle
using that mana.
Chain's going to get in the red zone here. Another counter is going to get put on the Filigree Silex.
And it does destroy equal to the number of counters, so you don't get equal or less.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is a Ratchet Bomb.
Yeah, that targeted. I always get confused between Blast Zone and Ratchet Bomb.
Because both of those just destroy
Are they?
equal to.
Which one's the
Pernicious Deed?
That's the one.
Pernicious
Okay,
Deed
yeah,
is the
yeah.
only one that destroys equal to or less there.
Oof, what a card.
So Filigree Silex is going to get popped for 2 here. Rattle Chains is going to go away.
That's reasonable, right? Like that card.
Pass back to Jacob. Jacob just passes back to Frank. Frank going to take a draw step here as a Den of the Bugbear.
Little draw go action.
Just going to
happening.
pass back to Jacob. Jacob now has 7 cards in hand, I believe.
And no lands.
Sitting on... Well, I think he does. It looks like he does have 2 copies of Spellqueller in his hand. But the rest of his hand does appear to be just blue cards.
Does he have a response to this Shieldred?
Yeah,
he does.
A Lofty Denial here is going to counter this Shieldred.
Yeah, that's the correct place to play that. Oh, is he just allowing this to resolve?
No, he lets the Shieldred resolve and instead chooses to flash in a Rattle Chains at the end of the turn. He's going to untap.
Interesting.
Lose 2 life from Shieldred's ability.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have allowed that to resolve. I don't know what he has in his hand, obviously.
Well, Frank is down to 10.
Yeah, that is no, but he's gonna gain life from
He does
Children
gain
too.
2 life from Shieldred.
Oh my gosh.
So Frank's going to get in the red zone here. Take Jacob down to 14. Looks like... Hi, Sean.
John, constant companion, Goblin Man.
Looks like a thing. Not sure what card that is. Bone Crusher Giants. Stomp is going to take out Rattle Chains here. That's going to go away. And a Power Word kill is... Oh, sorry, that's a Go for the Throat.
Go for the Throat,
Go for the
yeah.
Throat is going to take care of the other creature. We'll pass back to Jacob, who's going to lose 2 more life from Shieldred. Oh, we missed a trigger.
Yeah, it's... This Shieldred is doing some amount of work. And now we've got Lethal on board.
Well, he should be at 6. They missed the trigger from the Shieldred's draw step.
So, got 2 more. Yeah,
He should be at 4 now.
Should be at 4. But yeah,
and a concession. Yeah. So, I miss wedding announcement.
Very much.
Yeah, and countering that Shieldred would have been pretty good there. I think he was. I believe he was just opting to try to put himself in a position where he had a clock. He was struggling with his mana resources for the latter half of that game there, and it made it really hard for him to decide, whether he should be committing to the board or stopping his opponent from committing to the board.
Yeah.
So difficult decisions to be made there for Azorius Spirits.
Sometimes you forget that Shieldred also gains your opponent life when they resolve it. So
yes, Shieldred does do that.
Racing is very difficult once your opponent has resolved his Shieldred.
It is, especially when you are playing blue-white Spirits that doesn't have any hard removal spells.
Correct.
But time goes on.
As all things pass, so must this season.
As will this tournament, and we will be back with round 3.
As ever, I love you.
Right after this.